Firstly, thanks to CEDA for the invitation to speak today. The title of my talk today is Business Reforming Itself. Now, I'm neither a politician nor an economist, so I'll bring a different angle to today's discussion. My views are based on my experience within one of the most heavily regulated services or sectors in Australia, the financial services sector. I'll briefly touch on three areas to stimulate some debate. Firstly, the risk businesses create if they don't reform their own practices. Secondly, examples of self-regulation that improve trust through partnerships, technology and leadership. And thirdly, a recipe I'll be using in 2015 and beyond to create trust and improve the performance of my business. My involvement in countless inquiries and reviews by government has shaped my perspectives. 7 inquiries have focused on the insurance sector in the past 12 months alone. Now, I'm a big believer in the positive role of business and how it plays in the economy and society. Business provides key community services, provides employment and generates wealth. The role of business takes on an even greater importance in an era of fiscally constrained governments. For business to best serve the community, sensible public policy that enables businesses' success is vital. Sensible public policy generates economic returns, fuels innovation, and creates positive customer and community experiences. Yet my observation is this: business creates risk by being too passive in the public policy arena and by doing too little to reform its own industry practices. Passiveness comes when business engages in debate but retreats from action. This is somewhat ironic when business's biggest criticism of government is actually inaction. Action by industry is critical. If industry is proactive with its own reforms, customers benefit, shareholders benefit, and the community benefits. Inaction leads to poor public policy and excessive red tape. Poor outcomes eventuate and trust is eroded at every level. It would be great to stand here and tell you that our sector is leading the way in the reform agenda, but we are not necessarily an exemplar of action. We've had reviews and inquiries on issues we could have addressed ourselves without government intervention. Transparency in financial services is a good example. The Murray Inquiry of Australia's financial system found many consumers were in the dark about insurance. I agree. Suncorp Group has millions of customers across many brands, but I could not say with any degree of confidence that the majority of our insurance customers know exactly what's in their policy or what is not. We seek to improve financial literacy around complex products. What we should do is make these products easier to understand in the first place. Again, my point is this: inaction on a broad range of issues that impact people and communities undermine trust and confidence in business. One of the world's foremost measures of trust in business is the Edelman Trust Barometer. It charts a 12% drop in Australia over the past 12 months. That is a damning statistic. If business is the primary generator of wealth and prosperity, how have we allowed this decline to occur so significantly? One of my personal mantras is creating trust. Yes, business needs to make a profit, but to do so, they have to meet the needs of our customers and communities on a range of tangible and intangible issues. I enjoy working with a broad range of stakeholders. I talk to pensioners in Roma. I talk to smash repairers in Western Sydney. I talk to politicians in North Queensland. And I talk to ministers in Canberra. These relationships are based not on a universal agreement, but on trust and respect. These relationships are absolutely critical in running a successful business. These relationships allow me to see a broader set of problems and opportunities beyond a transaction. Trust in business is easy to lose and extremely difficult to regain. In today's throwaway, vote-em-off culture, relationships and transactions can end with a quick push of a button on your mobile device. Instant media has driven a small target mentality. Instant media fuels this culture, keeping businesses, politicians and industry constantly on their toes, taking the middle ground and not making decisions. And of course, the alternative to trust is mistrust. We must earn trust to grow broad-based prosperity, because mistrust sees business success wither with red tape and regulation. Mistrust invites disruption, destroys innovation, and can even ruin businesses. I believe governments play a critical role in reforming social and economic systems. We need good government and we need good regulation. Why should we complain when governments reform industry practices, when we've failed to reform ourselves in many areas? The norm should be that businesses reform themselves and their industry practices. Businesses can achieve this by embracing broader influences that determine long-term success. There are huge opportunities across industries. In health, cloud technology is transforming the way healthcare is delivered outside metropolitan areas. In food, manufacturers can invest in systems and equipment for farmers to make supply chain more efficient while growing local economies. In insurance, I'm looking at ways we can reconceive our products by making them simpler and serving broader customer needs. In partnership with Good Shepherd Microfinance, we are co-creating insurance policies for low-income earners. Without this, they would be excluded from the insurance market and included on the taxpayer's bill. This is a huge opportunity in a highly competitive industry like ours. Not only will this engender trust, it is a good example of self-improvement without the need for regulatory intervention. It also opens up new markets. Disaster mitigation is another example relevant to my industry. We have established a partnership with James Cook University to understand what makes homes more resilient in cyclones. More resilient homes reduce claims costs for insurers and government, make communities safer and more resilient, and improve affordability in these high-risk areas. Roma provides another example of our work in disaster mitigation. We work with government to secure funding for a flood levy. The levy flood-proofs the town, saves lives, and has reduced insurance premiums by up to 90%. There are powerful examples of our business serving both the community and our shareholders. The benefit is that it creates trust. I want to now briefly turn to technology. Technology today can act as an enabler or disabler to trust. It depends on the choice businesses make. On the downside, technology gives citizens a digital platform with instant access that empowers them to attack companies and undermine their reputations. It creates an instant democracy of online like and dislike world many businesses and governments seem ill-prepared for. Individuals have adapted quickly. Digitally native businesses are thriving in this world. Think Uber or Airbnb. On the upside, technology can provide companies with a deep understanding of their behaviours. In my industry, tools like telematics illustrate how technology can enable businesses and communities to benefit. Right now, we have over 100,000 customers with the AAMI Safe Driver app. It monitors the quality of their driving and rewards them for driving safely. The app was launched just 2 months ago. This is great for AAMI, great for the community, and great for road safety. That's because the data collected from the AAMI Safe Driver app can help inform road safety policy, to reduce healthcare costs, to reduce trauma families faced when loved ones are injured, and reduce claims. The AAMI Safe Driver app demonstrates a model where business success and community benefit are intrinsically linked. It's a platform too good to ignore. The digital world is here to stay. We must adapt at all levels of society. I'd like to leave you with 3 things on my action list for 2015 in the spirit of us all committing to reforming our businesses. Firstly, I will set aside time to engage a broad range of stakeholders. Secondly, I will look at ways to use stakeholder input on a broad set of issues to find solutions that benefit all stakeholders, including but not limited to my P&L. And third, my business needs to embrace the digital democracy, not fear it. There is no better time to challenge traditional approaches to business. There is no better time to innovate around these themes. Cost inputs are low and capital is available. What is needed is a vision that recognises we can create competitive advantage by addressing societal needs, and a willingness to listen to stakeholders and integrate their needs into our business strategies. A successful business community supports a successful economy. This ultimately benefits society. The great opportunity for 2015 and beyond is for business to provide leadership and reform itself. Thank you.